Good afternoon and welcome to Glencoe, Ontario, one of the sites of the 2026 ISC World Tournament, as we're about to get the first game from this site underway between the Georgian Bay Giants, the home team, and the Prince George River Kings. Georgian Bay, of course, an Ontario team, and the River Kings from Prince George, BC. My name's Adam Donnelly. I'm going to be bringing you some of the action here this week from Southwest Ontario near London. We've got a couple sites here. One is Bear Creek. Beautiful facility out there. And here in Glencoe, another nice little ballpark here. This is my first time visiting this community. I'm quite impressed, although I haven't been here long. Take a quick look here at the Georgian Bay Giants, the home team here. On the mound is Yuya Yamawaki. See him warming up. Oh, we're looking at the offensive lineup here for the Prince George River Kings. Forgot we had graphics. So, leading off, Nicholas Potskin. Batting in the second spot, Tyson Barkman playing first base. Tyson Ghostkeeper, the left fielder. Nicholas Lanigan catching. Hugh Davis at second base. Brian Nicholas at third. Randy Potskin, the designated player. Robbie Antoine, the right fielder. And then Jaeger Bush rounding things out in the 9 spot at center field. And we go around the horn for the Georgian Bay Giants. So, as mentioned, Yuya Yamawaki pitching. Shinsuke Amada behind the plate. And then around the horn in left field, Cole McDougall. Center fielder, Mac Mulvey. Right fielder, A.J. Moses. Third base, Wade Kiwashig. Shortstop, Ryu Okawa. Andrew Van Bokel. And Tyler Hewitt at first. As we are ready to get underway, here's Nick Potskin leading things off here for the PG River Kings. Shortstop. He takes that one high for ball one. Potskin has been listed on Team Canada's 40-man roster. He's going to be an integral part of the River Kings if they hope to have some success this weekend. That one outside for ball one. So good start here for Potskin as he takes a 1-1 now the count. My apologies. Looked like a low rise there from the pitcher Yamawaki. Got a great vantage point here from Glencoe. Sitting right behind home plate. See that ball spinning real well. Not quite as good as the umpire, but I think we might have the second best seat in the house. That one taken maybe just high and outside. Evens the count, 2-2. So you're going to hear the name Potskin a lot during this broadcast, as there's a number of them. Potskin goes down. Oh, that's going to be 3-1 now, the count. Sorry, 3-2 the count. This team, lots of Potskins. I only see the one Ghostkeeper, as that one's taken inside corner for strike 3. Nice pitch from Yamaki as he brought that one over the inner half. Potskin goes down. Looking, that's going to bring up the first baseman, Tyson Barkman. Barkman from the Lower Mainland, around Abbotsford, BC. Played high-level softball in that province for a long time. He stands in from the left-handed batter's box. Rise ball taken just above the belt for ball one. Good pitch there from Yamawaki. Drop ball there for strike one, so evens the count, 1-1 to Barkman. It's a beautiful, warm, slightly overcast, a little bit of blue sky peeking out here from the ballpark here in Glencoe. Oh, late break on that rise ball. That's a sharp pitch there from Yamawaki as Barkman showed bunt. Trying to drag one along with him, though, Yamawaki with a real good pitch there. So 26 degrees. Great weather for playing ball. Of course, you're here on the Canadian Shield. It's going to be a little muggy near the Great Lakes, and it is. Rise ball again for a swinging strike three. Barkman goes down. Second strikeout of the inning. And that is going to bring up Tyson Ghostkeeper, the left fielder here for Prince George. Ghostkeeper, of course, son of Chad Ghostkeeper. Low rise there from Yamawaki, pours it in for strike one. Pardon us, we're a little bit exposed to the elements here, so you might be hearing a little bit of wind on the mics there. Change up, that's going to bloop and drop in for a base hit. So Tyson Ghostkeeper with 2 outs, 1 out single. Actually in for a double. I look down and he's at second base. So Tyson Ghostkeeper getting on with a hustle play, ends up at second base, and with 2 away here in the top of the first. That has a little something cooking for the PG River Kings. We'll bring up Nick Lanigan. Lanigan hailing from New Zealand. Going to handle some of the catching duties here for the PG River Kings. Good all-round player. Played with him a little bit last year in the interior of BC when he was with STK. Very cerebral player, this Nick Lanigan. Thinks the game real well. That's why catching's a perfect spot for him. Takes that one to the knees for strike one. Yamawaki, not a real imposing figure on the mound. But so far, the pace and spin on the ball looks really good. Seems to be locating well. Ball's breaking significantly. That one's taken high, maybe a little outside for ball one. 1-1 the count. See Tyson Ghostkeeper on second base there. Taken just below the belt for strike two. Waiting on deck, Hugh Davies for the River Kings. Flanagan, good patience there as he takes that one just a little higher, a little more outside than the last one. Evens the count at 2-2. So 2 gone here, top of the first innings. We are just underway here at the 2026 ISC World Tournament. That one down, gets Lanigan to chase as he goes down swinging. So 3 strikeouts for Yamawaki in the inning. No runs, no scores, just a single hit as Tyson Ghostkeeper is stranded at first base, so no damage done. We're going to take a short break here, but we will be right back as the Georgian Bay Giants look to go to work on offense and the PG River Kings look to start their tournament on defense. You're watching the ISC 2026 World Tournament here on Softball Premier TV. We'll be right back. So we're back underway here from Glencoe, Ontario as we approach the bottom half of the first inning. Here's the offensive lineup for the Georgian Bay Giants. We got Ryuji Okawa leading off, the shortstop. Troy Barfoot, the designated player, batting second. Shinsuke Amada, the catcher, batting third. Mac Mulvey, the center fielder, batting fourth. AJ Moses, the right fielder, in the 5 spot. Wade Kiwageshig, the third baseman, in the 6th spot. Tyler Hewitt, the first baseman, batting 7th. Andrew Van Boekel, the second baseman, in the 8th hole. And Cole McDougall, the left fielder, rounding things out offensively for Georgian Bay. Going around the horn here for the Prince George River Kings. In left field, Tyson Ghostkeeper. Center field, Jaeger Bush. In right field, Robbie Antoine. Third base, Brian Nichols. Nick Potskin at shortstop. Hugh Davis at second base. Tyson Barkman at first. And the battery, Jaden Harris and Nick Lanigan, a pair of Kiwis. So a nice tie inning here for Georgian Bay as they got through, surrendering just the 1 hit to Tyson Ghostkeeper. Turned it into a 2-base effort, and that's going to bring up Ryuji Okawa, leading things off here for Georgian Bay. Takes ball 1 down. A bit of a discussion there from the umpires. Third base coach, I think directed at Jaden Harris. I couldn't quite see. Just making sure Harris is staying in that chute, I believe. And that low rise in for strike 1, so evens the count 1-1. Harris, the hard-throwing Kiwi. I would say almost the opposite build. He is a big, imposing figure out there on the mound, especially when you see him leap like he does. As that one hit through the hole. That one past Davies for a base hit. And so Georgian Bay, a little something cooking here in the first with the leadoff single. It's going to bring up number 14, Troy Barfoot. Barfoot, the designated player here for the Georgian Bay Giants, as we have another look at that leadoff single just through the hole between first and second. See, Barfoot is squaring to bunt. Umpire says he offered. Either way, probably would have been a strike. So Harris quickly ahead, 0-1. Runner on the move, Lanigan throw down just on the third base side, so that's going to be a stolen base for Okoa, as he's down to second base. So Georgian Bay getting a little something going here, as Lanigan's going to take this opportunity to go and have a chat with his pitcher, Harris. Just want to say it's an absolute thrill for me to be here. It's my first ISC World Tournament, despite, one having taken place in my backyard a couple of years ago. I didn't get the opportunity to visit there, but absolutely thrilled to be here this year to call some of the action. Take a good long look at Mr. Barfoot there, Troy Barfoot, the designated player for Georgian Bay. Here's Harris. That one dropped down nicely. Harris has one play. He goes to first. That's Davies over there. That's going to advance the runner to third. So with one away, Barfoot does his job with a sac bunt. That's going to bring up Shinsuke Amada, the catcher. Uh-oh. There goes half my score sheet there. So Amada coming up here with the runner on third. Thanks, Doug. We'll shout out to Doug Roberts, super fan, who's in attendance today. Went and rescued half of my scorebook for me. So a big spot here. Amada, the 3-hitter, facing Harris for the first time with a runner on third, looking to cash. Is that rise ball taken for ball 2? Taking on the outside corner for strike one. 2-1 now the count to Amata. Amata wearing a storied jersey here, or jersey number anyways, number 99. Has a little extra meaning here in Southern Ontario. That drop ball coming in high. So 3-1 now the count. And if you're a hockey fan, you'll know why that number 99 is a storied number in Southern Ontario. If not, just Google Wayne Gretzky. So big spot here, 3-1 pitch coming in. That one taken low. So great patience by Shinsuke Amata as he takes the walk. And just like that, we have runners on the corners for Georgian Bay as the cleanup hitter, Mac Mulvey, coming up. So Harris yet to settle in against this Georgian Bay lineup. Big spot here, a couple of runners on. We'll see if they start moving Amata. Is that one taken for strike one? Just watching Harrison warm up, it looked like he had rise ball, drop ball. That one looked like it kind of tails into the lefty. So maybe a little bit of a screwball, I guess, or a curve. That one's fouled up and out of play with the runner on the move. So quickly Mulvey finds himself in an 0-2 hole here, as the River Kings are looking to get an out without surrendering a run. Big spot. Waiting on deck, we have AJ Moses. Runner trots down, throw down, picked off there by Davis as they give Amata second base. They would have had him, but that probably would have triggered the runner from third going. So now we have runners at second and third. So you see Lanigan with a good throw. Davis coming across, cuts it off. They'll surrender that base to Amata. Mulvey holds up, appeal down. He did not swing, so that's going to run the count even, 2-2. Good pitch there from Harris, but not quite close enough to really get Mulvey to trigger that swing. So we managed to hold back. 2-2 count. Here's Harris, the delivery. That rise ball in there for ball 3. So full count here with a base open to Mac Mulvey, the cleanup hitter, playing center field for the Giants today. Swing and a miss. So big strikeout for Jaden Harris there as he gets the second out of the inning. And there are 2 down here for Georgian Bay's. AJ Moses comes up in the 5 spot. Shinsuke Amata at second base. Ryuji Okoa at third. 2 runners on here for Georgian Bay as they threaten. Prince George looking to get out of this one without surrendering. Is Moses aggressive on that first pitch? That one's fouled straight back to the cage for strike 1. And that one looped into center field, and it's going to drop down. 1 run's going to come in to score. Second run as the throw is cut off. So 2 runs come in to score as Amata's spot in the form of Mulvey scores from second, Okoa from first, and that's a couple of runs as AJ Moses has the RBI single. To get things going here for Georgian Bay in the bottom of the first inning as they strike first here, leading Prince George 2-0. That one taken outside corner. Nice location there from Jaden Harris. That's going to bring up Wade Kiwageshig, the third baseman, wearing number 7 for the Giants. Drop ball in there, looked close, taken for a ball. Good rise ball there from Harris. That one's taken. Runs the count to 2-1 here. He's already thrown 20 pitches here in this inning, so efficiency not the name of the game for Mr. Harris out there on the mound. That one misses for ball 3, so 3-1 count. Georgian Bay looking to continue this inning here. Again, giving the umpire a good long look. I expect the batter went around on that one. So another full count here. Runner on the move, strike 3, doesn't matter. Kiwageshe goes down swinging for the third out. See a replay on that base hit by A.J. Moses. Just a nice piece of hitting there. Goes with the pitch, loops it in the right center field for the 2-run single. And those are going to be the first 2 runs here at Glencoe at the ISC World Tournament. After one complete, it is the Prince George River Kings, no score. The Georgian Bay Giants leading by 2 on a pair of hits. You're watching the ISC World Tournament on Softball Premier TV. We're going to take a quick break and be right back here for the top of the second. Welcome back to Glencoe, Ontario, where you're watching the ISC World Tournament here on Softball Premier TV. We've got the Prince George River Kings, who are due up in the top of the second inning, taking on the Georgian Bay Giants. Georgian Bay scoring a couple runs in their half of the first inning to take a quick 2-0 lead here. Due up here for Prince George, we have Hugh Davis, Brian Nicholas, and Randy Potskin, as we see Davis at the dish here. Strike 1 taken there. Yuya Yamawaki looking like he is locating well. Ball seems to be spinning well too. That one's fouled away. And Davies quickly in a hole here. 0-2. Just missing the outside corner. Davies does a good job taking that one. That one looks like it's a curveball from the righty Yamawaki that's moving away from the right-handed batters. Looking for another one. Thought he caught the outside corner. Was the catcher Amada, but no go. Evens the count at 2-2. So that one must have been just off the outside corner of the plate on the drop ball. fouled up back into the backstop. Keeps the count even, 2-2 to Davies. That one well outside. So good patience there after going down 0-2 as Davies finds himself in a full count here. Allows him to maybe narrow that strike zone down a little bit. Focus on what he's looking for. Can kind of take the pressure off as a batter. That rise ball is fouled back. It's a bit of a battle brewing here between Yamawaki, the pitcher, and Davies, the batter here. That pitch located, looked like a low rise on the inner half there. Not much Davies could do but fish that one straight back. And another one that's fouled down the right side and out of play. So Davies is going to remain alive here. As I was mentioning, my first time here at the ISCs, I couldn't be happier to be here. What a great way to spend the next, 10 days, 9 days? Hanging around the ballpark, watching ball, making you listen to me watch ball. It's a pretty good gig. As that one fouled straight back up and out of play. So we're just extending Randy Potskin's wait as the wily veteran waits on deck down the first base side. Randy obviously playing with a couple of his kids here. Nicholas Potskin being one of them. As that one is popped up, looks like it's playable for the third baseman, and he takes that one. Nice job by Wade Kiwageshik at third to track that one up in the wind. So Davis, after an extended battle up there, goes down, pop out to the third baseman for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Brian Nicholas. Sorry, Randy was waiting on or in the hole, I guess. So Brian Nicholas coming up here for the River Kings, right-handed batter. River Kings looking to get a little offense going. And we see a bit of a change of speed there from Yamawaki as that changeup's in the dirt. Another ball taken low. That one looked like a breaking ball of some sorts. Down. So a good start to the at-bat here for Brian Nicholas. Big swing and a miss. Count now 2-2 to Nicholas here as he finds himself quickly back on even terms here. Again, Yamawaki doing a really nice job of locating that ball as that one flied up. Looks like He did have a beat on it. That's going to be Kiwageshig with his second pop out of the inning. Mark another P5 in your score sheets for two quick ones. So we see that one moving just away from the hitter, kind of catches the end of the bat. So again, good pitch location, good movement from Yawamaki. He's doing a good job of keeping these hitters off balance. But you want to talk about a guy who is balanced and has seen a lot of pitching in his day. Randy Potskin's your guy. As he takes a healthy cut at that first rise ball coming in. Randy, a veteran of that Spruce City League up in Prince George, his home park. Played up there a couple of years, mostly against him, as he and his cousin Chad were building the Falcon construction team that they were going to take to the North American Indigenous Games. Just somewhat laid the foundation for this River Kings club. Potskin in the hole. That one taken outside corner. Amada and the middle infield, both thinking that would have been strike three to end the inning. But our umpire says otherwise. Let's take a quick look at our umpiring crew. We've got Eric Bodden, Kevin DiDomenico, and John Hand out there as Potskin goes down swinging. And a quick, well, maybe not a quick, but a 1-2-3 inning for Yamawaki and the Giants. That's going to do it for the River Kings in the visiting half of the second inning. We are coming up with the Georgian Bay Giants. We've got Tyler Hewitt, Andrew Von Borkel, and Cole McDougall due up here from Glencoe. We'll step away here quickly, but we will be right back with coverage of the ISC World Tournament, the 2026 edition here on Softball Premier TV. So Jaden Harris comes out for his second inning of work here with his PG River Kings trailing the Georgian Bay Giants 2-0 after an inning and a half here from Glencoe, Ontario. Appreciate you joining us here on Softball Premier TV for the 2026 edition of the ISC World Tournament, the 80th version of this tournament, which is incredible to think of the history that goes back here. You're going to see a lot of that history if you continue watching all week. Of course, tomorrow, the Hall of Fame induction breakfast. Some impressive folks going to be at it. As that one hit down the line, just foul. I was taking a look at the guide last night, which was fantastic. Rich Haldane provided me with that. Super cool to look through all the history and records. As that one hit through the hole, that's going to be another base hit as Hewitt is on with his first knock of the tournament. That's going to bring up Andrew Van Boekel. The runner on, nobody out. Mentioning that ISC Hall of Fame class here in 2026. Fantastic group, including Lucas Mata from Argentina, Jeff Ellsworth from PEI here in Canada, Ian Furman, Dean Oscar. That one taken for strike one. As Van Boekel showing bunt. Looks like the Giants are going to be willing to move guys over if they can, steal bases, do what it takes to get guys in scoring position. That one taken outside for ball one, evens count 1-1. just to pick up on that thought on the Hall of Fame class, Jeff Bohr from Shoreline, Washington's being inducted, as well as Bruce Tansky, Clifton Park, New York native and longtime sponsor of the New York Gremlins from 2027 to 2024. So quite an elite class. That one in the feet, and runner's going to get to second. We'll call that one a passed ball, unfortunately, for Nick Lanigan. As you can see, that one just squirting away from the catcher, has a little bit of trouble finding it. By the time he does, that runner's already 2/3 of the way down there. So Van Boekel with a runner in scoring position here for Georgian Bay. And that bunt attempt goes foul just over top of it. That'll run the count to 2-2 here. Van Boekel, the second baseman for Georgian Bay. Great set of jerseys on these guys. Love the black pants with the white tops. San Francisco Giants colors, black and orange. Little gold in theirs. That's a swing and a miss. Van Boekel goes down swinging for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up Cole McDougall. McDougall, the left fielder here, number 9 hitter. As he takes the sign with one away here in the bottom of the second inning. Nice to see a few fans down here at the ballpark as McDougall takes a healthy cut of that Jaden Harris rise ball for strike one. Tyler Hewitt standing at second base after a single, and is now moved as a result of that pass ball on Lanigan. That one taken on the outer half, just missing for ball one. That one bunted up. Harris is going to get there. Nobody at second base, but nice hustle there by the pitcher. As McDougall pops out on that bunt attempt. That is going to bring us back to the top of the shop here for Ryugi Okawa. Okawa singled back in the first inning, stole a base, and then managed to score a run. Interesting to see how different batters approached it. Okawa back in the box towards the umpire as far as he can go as he takes strike one, but his toes are almost right on the inner line of that batter's box there, so it's almost like he's tempting Harris to throw him inside so he can get a ball he can turn on. That one taken outside. Runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Takes that one down. He's going to run the count to 3-1 as you see him taking a peek down to the coach. 3-1 count. We'll see what he's doing here and what Jaden Harris decides to do. The battery here for PG River Kings. Nick Lanigan looks like he's setting up in. There's the pitch. And taken for ball 4. So 2 base runners again, as Okawa remains perfect on the day. 1 for 1, takes that walk. Keeps that on base percentage at 1,000, and that's going to bring up Troy Barfoot. Barfoot had the sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd inning. That ended up moving Okawa to 3rd base, where he eventually scored from. So 2 gone here for the River Kings in the top half. Is that one taken outside? Barfoot thought about it, didn't offer though. He takes ball 1 in the outer half. That rise ball comes in high, so Harris quickly finds himself in a hole. 2 balls, no strikes here. Shinsuke Amada waiting on deck. See Mac Mulvey down in the dugout on the 3rd base side getting his stuff on. He's in the hole. He had the RBI. No, he struck out, sorry. Amada took that walk in the last inning. Batter at hand here, though, is Troy Barfoot. He takes strike 1 as Harris gets back in the count. Harris has had to work hard through these inning and 2/3 that he's worked through so far. Already throwing 44 pitches now. Is that one in the dirt? Nice pitch. Flanagan knocks that one down. Evens the count 2-2 to Barfoot. As you can tell, just looking at the sort of wry smile on Barfoot's face, he wasn't super happy with swinging at that ball in the dirt, but credit to Harris for getting him to swing. That one fouled up and out of play on the left side. So with the 2-2 count, we'll do it all again here. Due up here for the Giants. Should Barfoot get on board, we've got Amada, Mac Mulvey, and A.J. Moses, the next batters in the order. That one again fouled out of play, so good job by Barfoot of staying alive. Be able to see he's choked up a little bit on that bat, maybe looking for a little bit better control here with 2 strikes, just shortening things up. That one taken on the outside corner for strike 3, so nice job of Harris to work himself out of trouble there as Barfoot goes down looking for the 3rd out. We are through 1.5 here from Glencoe at the ISC World Tournament 2026. As you see that ball just drift over the corner of the plate. Nice job by Harris to get Barfoot looking. And that's going to take us to the middle of the 2nd inning, where the River Kings are, that's going to take us to the top of the 3rd, where the River Kings are due up, looking to add some offense of their own. We're watching the ISC World Tournament here on Softball Premier TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Glencoe, Ontario, one of the sites of the 2026 ISC World Tournament. My name's Adam Donnelly, bringing you the play-by-play action here from our second location. Of course, we got Bear Creek Sports and Entertainment, which is kind of the main venue. And then here in Glencoe, we got a couple of beautiful diamonds, just looking pristine. This one looking a little more worn in as we are through two complete here, with the Georgian Bay Giants up by a pair of runs. That's going to bring up Robbie Antoine as he swings at a changeup. Antoine playing right field in this one, I believe. Checks notes, yes. Playing right field in the 8th spot here in the order. Jaeger Bush waiting on deck. Got to give Robbie Antoine a lot of credit. One of the organizers of the men's league up in Prince George, that Spruce City League. One of those hardworking guys behind the scenes that gets things done here for the softball community. So always love to see that. As he's quickly in a hole here. No balls, 2 strikes. And can't hold up on the rise ball. Robbie goes down on the check swing for out number 1. It's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Jaeger Bush. Jaeger playing center fielder. No lack of speed for Bush. He's a bit of a slapper. Expect to see him maybe square up and take a couple steps while he's in the left-handed batter's box there, just to size up our pitcher here, Yamawaki. Yeah, just looking to make contact as he slaps that one foul and out of play. Nice play over there by one of the Georgian Bay Giants spares as he barehands that one and throws it back into play. That one down and away for ball number 1. Evens the count 1-1. Jaeger Bush is a guy, I know he helped out quite a bit at the Native Canadian Championships that took place in Prince George last weekend. As he's not Indigenous himself, he was put to work maintaining the grounds there at Spruce City Stadium and all the fields they have at Carrie Jean Gray Park, which is fantastic. And Bush is just going to swat that thing the other way through the hole between shortstop and third. And with one away, a little bit of speed on the base paths here for the River Kings. That'll bring us back to the top of the rack here for Nick Potskin. Potskin went down looking in his first at-bat against Yamawaki back in the first. Here we are a couple innings later. Potskin back to the top of the order with 1 away and 1 on. And a big spot here for the River Kings shortstop. Rise ball taken up and away from the right-handed batter. That rise ball of Yamawaki seems to kind of fade away from that right-handed hitter. A little bit of cut on that. Good swing from Potskin on the inside drop ball, but he finds himself down 0-2 here quickly. Sorry, 1-1. Getting ahead of myself. We see some of the teams strolling in here for our next matchup. We'll give you some details on that as we move forward. But right now, we got a good ball game on our hands. Georgian Bay leading the Prince George River Kings as Potskin squares, pulls the bat back, but takes strike 2, so 1-2 now the count. Yamawaki delivers, runner goes, that one up, and Bush is out. So as fast as he is, that may not have been the pitch to run on there. Zamata showcases his gun. We see that throw coming in plenty of time, and a tough slide there from Bush as he kind of digs into the sand a little bit out there at second base. So 2 gone, and a 2-2 count here against Nick Potskin. Swings through that one, another strikeout for Nicholas Potskin, and Yamawaki is rolling in this one. He surrendered a couple hits, but Prince George unable to get any offense rolling through 2.5 innings. It is still Georgia Bay 2, Prince George nothing here from Glencoe, Ontario. You're watching the ISC World Tournament 2026 edition here on Softball Premier TV. We'll be right back. All right, we are back for the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Due up here for Georgian Bay, as this wind is going to be an issue. We've got Shinsuke Hamada, thank you. My scorebook blew away again. Shinsuke Hamada at the plate here. Mac Mulvey and AJ Moses. I don't know, those are going to help Doug. Those are pretty small rocks. Might need a bigger one. Might just use bottles of water here. You got to guard against this wind as your stuff's going to blow away. Some paperweights here. Back in the 1st inning, Amada walked and then ended up scoring, as you can hear that wind on the microphone. That one fouled up and out of play. Mata scoring the 2nd of 2 runs here so far. That's the bulk of the scoring. Happened back in the bottom half of the 1st inning for the Giants, who lead 2-0 over the Prince George River Kings. That one going to get hit through the hole. So Amada's on for the 2nd time, as he's got himself a base hit in the 3rd. And he hangs up at 1. So a nice, really nice piece of hitting there. Single through the hole. It's going to bring up Mac Mulvey, center fielder in the cleanup spot here, as he takes the sign from his coach down at 3rd base, digs in. Mulvey 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the 1st. That was the 2nd out of the inning. That ball comes up and in. So certainly a lot of upward movement here from Harris, who I would probably class as a power pitcher in terms of his delivery. Really pronounced jump, throws the ball hard as he pours that one in for strike 1. Again, right now, just location that he's working on. Runner goes inside, rise ball. That throw wrong side of the plate, ruled safe by the umpire. So Amada with a stolen base. Throw might have been there in time, but it was just on the 3rd base side of the 2nd base bag. So tough goes, a couple of stolen bases here against the River Kings for the Giants. And once you start that base running train rolling, if you're aggressive on the pass, you gotta get that opposing catcher to prove that he can throw you out. That one, hard hit through the far side, and that's gonna score another run as that's bobbled out in right field by Robbie Antoine. So Mac Mulvey coming through with an RBI single. Ends up on second base on the error. And Amata comes around to score from second. So we got a 3-0 score here for the Georgian Bay Giants. And that's going to bring up A.J. Moses, who had that 2 RBI single back in the first inning. So it doesn't get any easier here from Harris, or for Harris. Rise ball taken up and away. Just gonna do my best to try and shield my microphone from the wind. You're gonna hear that persistent wind just on our wild microphone here. Not much that can be done about it as we are out in the elements. Certainly some unsettled weather in the forecast for this region, as that's a slow roller to short. Potskin does a good job, makes a nice play, and the throw over gets him. Great double play turn there by Tyson Barkman as we see a bit of a defensive gem. Mulvey goes down. First it was Moses on the 6-3, and then we got a 3-5. So the old 6-3-5 double play, just like you draw it up in the books at home. That's going to bring up Wade Kiwageshing with 2 gone. As he, little excuse me swing, that's going to pop foul just over on the third base side. Looks like it's Dylan Fraser List warming up down the first base side there for the River Kings. That one hit to Barkman. Manages to knock it down and step on the base. So Kiwageshing goes down. 3 unassisted for the third out. And some nice defense by the River Kings to get out of that one. However, the Georgian Bay Giants do score their third run to extend their lead. 3-0 here from Glencoe, Ontario. You're watching the ISC World Tournament here from Southwestern Ontario on Softball Premier TV. Going to be right back. Well, for those of you from Western Canada, specifically British Columbia, who are watching this one, you would have just seen Travis Coons trot by. He's coaching third base here for the River Kings, longtime pitcher, regular in the Kelowna League. I want to congratulate the Brewers of the Kelowna League for winning the title there this year. Coons a member of that squad. As Tyson Barkman digs in, the first baseman, featured prominently back in the top half of the inning. Couple of nice defensive plays as he got 2 of the outs and got an assist on the other one. Barkman steps in 0 for 1 so far with a strikeout back in the first. That looked like a low spinner in there for strike 2. Oh, sorry, 1-1. teams filtering in for the next one. Members of the STK and the Waterdown Hammer. That'll be our next matchup here. As Barkman down to the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Little change up. Barkman does a good job of fighting that off. Yu Yamawaki's done a nice job of just keeping these River Kings hitters off balance. It's a solid hitting lineup. They're capable, but again, in a tournament format like this, it's what have you done for me lately? That's the biggest, one of the biggest factors. All kind of has to come together for these teams to have success at this tournament. As that one fouled back onto the diamond behind us here. Barkman stays alive. And I remember Barkman is a member of the Abbotsford Yard Dogs from years ago. And back when I was playing Senior B in BC. As he takes that rise ball to even the count 2-2. Great to see Barkman still playing and playing at a high level. Found a home with these River Kings. That one, a great pitch from Yamawaki. For strike 3 as Barkman goes down, swinging his second strikeout of the game. That looked like a bit of a low spinner there as we see it on the replay here. It is just a rise ball that just lifts a little bit up out of the zone. So here in the top of the 4th, we have one away. It's going to first, and then one more in the bottom of the 3rd, and that leaves us where we're at here in the top of the 4th with the PG River Kings trailing in this one 3-0. First bit of action from Glencoe here in southwest Ontario, just outside of London, as we are one of 2 sites. Of course, the main diamond going to be the Bear Creek Complex just down the road. As Ghostkeeper takes that one on the outside corner. Really nice pitch from Yamawaki. Ghostkeeper slashes at that to stay alive. It just bounces off the light standard. I gotta say, as referenced in the group chat with my team back home, I probably have one of the best seats in the house here, as I'm pretty much directly behind home plate, just off the umpire's left shoulder. You really pick up how tight that spin is in Yamawaki's ball, as that drop ball just falls off the table for another strikeout. Yamawaki absolutely rolling in this one. Nick Lanigan coming up here. Also 0 for 1 in this one. He struck out back in the 1st. Debate on the penmanship of the various coaches so far. I'm not going to debate that though. It is that's always part of the fun of having to read out names or do the broadcast, is trying to decipher what the coaches have written down. Lanny swings just over the top of that one as he hits the top of the ball for strike number 2 as that one's fouled back. Sorry, 1-1 the count. Takes ball 2. Flanagan, certainly a warrior. Anybody that, you know, is brave enough to strap on the pads and receive a game. I don't know if it's bravery or ignorance, but probably a little bit of both. Being back there and taking the abuse you do as a catcher or an umpire. Half-hearted swing there as Lanigan knew that one was going to fall off the table. Runs the count to 2-2. One of the fun things about tournaments like this is seeing all the different uniforms as Lanigan goes down swinging for strikeout number 3. We'll have more of my thoughts on the uniforms as we take a quick break. A 1-2-3 inning from Yamawaki as we see this beautiful inside drop ball. Not much Lanigan can do with that as he goes down swinging for his second strikeout. Through 4 innings, Yamawaki's got 9 Ks in this one. He and his Giants are absolutely rolling as they lead the Prince George River Kings 3-0 here on Softball Premier TV, the 2026 ISC World Tournament. We'll be right back.
Next up, second baseman Andrew Van Boekel.
So 2 gone here as that ball hit hard to center field, handled by Jaeger Bush. A couple gone. That's going to bring up Cole McDougall here for the Giants. Number 9 hitter. Popped out to the pitcher on a bunt attempt back in the second inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 4th. Georgian Bay leading Prince George 3-0 still. pitch in there from Harris, who continues to work. Doing an admirable job here for the River Kings here. Has given up 3 runs, but spreading the hits out. No real big hits to speak of. Is that one hit hard to Barkman? He's going to handle that. As that is a 6 put out on your scorecards for the 3rd out. As we head to the top of the 5th inning. Prince George looking to make something happen offensively. We'll see if they can get it done against Yamawaki, who is pitching an absolute gem here. The opening action of the 2026 ISC World Tournament here from Glencoe, Ontario. You're watching Softball Premier TV. So we are back here in Glencoe. Thanks for joining in on Softball Premier TV. Appreciate everybody who's watching out there in the softball world. Of course, while it is a big world, it is a small world. When you come to an event like this, you see people that, you might expect to see them, but see one of my good friends from Kamloops, his son, playing in the next game for the STK squad. STK fastballs. They're going to take on the Waterdown Hammers. That one poured in for a strike. Yuya Yamawaki pitching an absolute gem. 9 strikeouts in this one. Really commanding the zone. Doing a good job locating his pitches, and was just chatting with Rich Haldane off the air. Really tight spin on his balls. You can really see. This is Huey Davis up here, the second baseman for the PG River Kings. That ball lifted, shallow left field. That wind doing a bit of a number on it out there, but a nice job of the fielders for tracking that down. That was Cole McDougall coming in to make the play for the first out. To get Davis, so that's going to be F7, and that'll be Brian Nicholas coming up next here for the River Kings. Nicholas playing third base. See, you can kind of see it on the back side. I guess it would be the right side of his helmet, a little A's sticker. He's a member of Randy's A's, a team from the Kootenays in BC, out of Invermere, I believe. A lot of these guys mixing into different clubs throughout the season, playing as many tournaments as they possibly can. That one taken outside. Ball 1, evens the count 1-1. One away here. We're in the top of the 5th. This game moving along nicely. As mentioned, Georgia Bay leading the River Kings 3-0. Winner of this one, I believe, is going to take on the Gremlins. As that one hit softly to short. Throw over on the run. Nice play there. And that was Ryugi Okawa with the off-balance throw off the wrong foot over to Hewitt to make that play. 6-3 put out for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up Randy Potskin. Potskin 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in his first at bat. Potskin going to chop that up the middle. Oh, and barehanded, but thrown wide. If they could have finished that play, that would have been a big star on my score sheet. But as it is, we're going to count that as a throwing error. So we'll see that short hop, barehands it, tries to get the throw off. Looks like the first baseman might have been stretched out a little early there. But that's going to bring up Robbie Antoine as Randy Potskin ends up on first. Again, veteran piece of hitting. He put the ball in play and good things happen. And now a guy like Antoine, a big body up here, a guy that can hit for power and for average, coming up for the River Kings in a big spot with 1 on, 2 out here in the 5th. That one taken low for ball 1. That drop ball taken. Looked like it was over the plate. Maybe a little low. Antoine, a big man, probably about 6'4", 6'5". That one would have been right around the knees. Good pitch there. I like how Yamawaki will throw one in the zone and then just push one maybe a little bit out of the zone, see if he can entice a swing, or at the very least, a strike call from the umpire on a really similar looking pitch to the one before. Antoine hits it up the middle, slow chopper. Yamawaki, he takes that himself. 1-3 scored on the ground out. And in the 5th, the Prince George River Kings go down with a whisper. One runner on left there was Randy Potskin. So we're heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. The Georgian Bay Giants leading this one with the score of 3-0 Prince George. Running out of at-bats here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with the bottom half of the 5th. You're watching the 2026 ISC World Tournament on Softball Premier TV. So we're back to the top of the order here with the shortstop, Yugi Okawa, leading off for Georgian Bay. Okawa, a couple nice plays in that last inning. Bit of a wide throw on the bare hand. Didn't have a lot of time, but just the presence to make that play barehanded and try and throw on the fly. Pretty impressive as Okawa takes that one up and in. That ball finishing over his head from Jaden Harris. Hard throwing righty, playing for Prince George via New Zealand. Again, one of a couple of Kiwis on this team. That one taken for ball 2. So Harris finds himself behind 0-2 here to the leadoff hitter for Georgian Bay. Harris, a Wellington guy, just finding out as there's ball 3 to Okawa. Got my resident historian Doug Roberts beside me here feeding me some information. So Lanigan out with a quick talk just to maybe calm his pitcher down. make sure they're on the same page. Things getting a little bit late here for PG. Still plenty of ball left to be played. Prince George still has 6 outs to try and close this gap. 3-0 the count here. As Okawa digs in. Get a good look at those great uniforms from Georgian Bay. Really nice tops. Black pants. Again, I'd be worried I'd get mustard from a hot dog on there and you get a stain, but maybe that's just a lesson. Don't eat a hot dog while you're wearing your jersey. Won the count. Here's the pitch. Okawa takes. That's going to be ball 4. Just misses. Harris wanted that one.
Nice pitch.
But Okawa ends up at first. His second walk of the game as he remains 1 for 1 in this one. As we take a look, that one must have been just a little bit high there. Is great location on the inner half there from Harris. Nice frame job by Nicky Lanigan. Can't get it to go. And that's going to bring up Barfoot, number 2 hitter. 0 for 2 today. He tries to bunt that one. That goes straight back into the backstop. Already has the 1 sacrifice back in the first. That moved Okawa over to third after a stolen base. And where Okawa eventually scored the first run. Stands as the winning run at this point in the game. Still lots of, still some ball left to be played in this one. Barfoot hanging in there. He's going to slash that one. That's going to go just over the head. Little bobble, ghost keeper. And here comes Okawa going home. No throw. Aggressive base running. And that is going to be probably an error charged, as that's a nice single with an extra base RBI for Troy Barfoot. And then advances on a little bit of an error by Tyson Ghostkeeper. So maybe some early tournament jitters here from some of the young guys on the Prince George River Kings. As the score now 4-0 Georgia Bay. That one takes an unfortunate hop off the bar behind home plate here on the wild pitch. Barfoot's going to advance to third. We're here in the bottom of the 5th. Georgian Bay leading 4-0. They've got a runner on third. Nobody out here. As Shinsuke Amada, the catcher, who's 1 for 1 with a walk so far in this one. Takes a strike on the outside corner from Harris. Harris up to 75 pitches, had both, I think 44 or 45 to get out of the first 2 innings, so he's done a nice job of settling in, but yet to record an out here in this inning are the River Kings. I think time granted to the batter there. Amada walked back in the first and scored. He scored on he had a single, stolen base, and then scored back in the third as well on a Mac Mulvey RBI single. Georgian Bay has really done a good job of capitalizing on their opportunities in this one. Prince George, not a lot of traffic on the base paths. That one comes in. Couldn't quite see the location from where I'm sitting, but not over the plate according to the home plate umpire. It's going to run the count to 3-1. So you can see some of those clouds. Still nice and sunny here at the park as that's ball 4. Second walk for Amada as he goes to first base. Still nobody out here for Prince George. It's going to bring up Mac Mulvey, who's got an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Let's go with his strikeout in the 2nd. Harris rocks and fires. Great pitch in for strike 1. Pours that one in to Mulvey. Runners at first and third for the center fielder. Cleanup hitter for the Giants. Big swing and a miss from Mulvey, as he was looking to add 3 quick ones to the board there. See more fans starting to filter in. Looks like some fans have traveled from Prince George, as that is a big hack from Mulvey. Stepped out a little bit there as he goes down swinging. So there's 1 to Harris and the River Kings. And it looks like we are going to have a pinch hitter here for AJ Moses, as the Georgian Bay coach is going to make the change here with home plate umpire. We're going to look at that. Looks like a rise ball. You can see that front foot coming out a little bit for Mulvey, as he was looking to deposit that one somewhere in the residential neighborhood out in right field. But instead, he's the first out here. Fifth strikeout on the afternoon here for Harris, as that's going to bring up Joey Miller, pinch hitter from the right side. 2 on, 1 out here. Takes that rise ball high for ball 1. Miller's first action. We're number 53 here for the Giants. I've talked a bit about their jerseys. River Kings also with a nice kind of color scheme. Royal blue, little orange in there. Lots of history for this River Kings team, as they've been around for a long time. I'll speak a little bit about some of their veterans like Randy Potskin. Chad Ghostkeeper has been involved. His son Tyson playing left field here for the Kings in this one. Got Eli Jules. Throw down is going to be stray. That's going to lead to a run here, as Barfoot comes in to score on the errant throw. So Troy Barfoot scores, and Shinsuke Amada ends up on third base. So 5th run here for the Georgian Bay Giants. We are approaching the run-ahead rule. Of course, going to be 7 runs after 5. Get my numbers in order there. 6th run standing on 3rd. Swing and a miss for Miller. He goes down swinging. And that'll bring up the 3rd baseman, Wade Kugesching. Moses back in there. He's going to come in to run from third base for the catcher Amada. If you're not familiar with the rules, catcher gets a courtesy runner just to keep the flow of the game going. It's one of the big differences between softball and baseball. Is just, I don't want to say how quickly the game is played, but we're always trying to keep the game flowing, keep things moving. Catcher gets a courtesy runner. Sometimes it can work to your advantage. Sometimes it can't. Works the other way. Moses back in at third base. Is that one in the dirt? Again, Harris has done a decent job. A couple of mental lapses out there for the River Kings have allowed a few extra runs to come across. They're trailing 5-0 to Georgian Bay here. That one taken for a strike on the outside corner. Gishing has a strikeout back in the first, grounded out. Part of that nice, no, it wasn't part of that nice double play. It was the 3 unassisted to end the inning. That one just misses. Hit the first, just out of the reach of Barkman as that hops over his glove. That's going to be the 6th run coming in to score, Amada's spot. And so that'll be probably scored a base hit for Kiwageshing. Nice job there. He finds himself on the score sheet with an RBI single with 2 out here
Next up, first baseman
in the bottom half of the 5th inning. That's going to bring up the... Sorry, let me just check my notes here. Tyler Hewitt, the first baseman, coming up in the 7 spot. So, sorry, that would have been a double. Nice base running by Hewitt Gishing. He's going to bring in a pinch runner. And that's going to be Enzo. Let me just double check here. Chiaramonte coming in to run at second base. So big run here. Prince George is going to want to keep that one off the board, as in the 7th spot, the first baseman Cole Hewitt at bat. Sorry, Tyler Hewitt. There's the pinch runner, Enzo Chiaramonte. I apologize for any mistakes I make on pronunciation. We'll get it by, it's a long week of ball here. Chiaramonte. That one hit Barkman, snares it, touches his base. Nice play there by the first baseman as he handles that hop. 3 unassisted for the 3rd out. But a little more damage has been done. 3 more runs come across in the 5th. 6-0 is the score. Prince George looking to answer here in the first action of the ISC World Tournament, the 80th edition of this event here in 2026. We're going to step away. We'll bring all the action here from the top half of the 6th when we come back. You're watching Softball Premier TV. So a new pitcher here for the Giants. Taiga Onishi coming in with the 6-run lead, looking to shut down the River Kings for at least one more inning. Number 9 hitter coming up, Jaeger Bush, the center fielder for the River Kings. My first look at Onishi as well. Looks like he's a little bigger frame than... than Yamawaki was. Yamawaki diminutive, but did an absolutely fantastic job against this River Kings lineup. As I mentioned, 9 strikeouts. River Kings starting to touch him a little bit in the 5th. So time to bring on a new guy with that 6-run lead. Good spot here for Onishi to come in and enter the ISC World Tournament. Just have a slight delay. You see the umpire and the coach for the Giants having a little discussion over there. We also have another sub. Brad Pender coming in for Chiaramonte. Chiaramonte was the pinch runner that came in at second base in the last half inning. Pender coming in defensively in that role. Swing and a miss from Bush. Hard rise ball in the outer half. Onishi looks like a little bit more of a power pitcher than Yamawaki would have been. Hard rise ball coming in. Nice job, Amada, snaring that one behind the plate. Like an illegal pitch was called there. Just double checking down the third baseline with the umpire. You can see the coach, Miller, just double checking, see what's going on. They're going to go have a little bit of a discussion over there. I think it was just that front foot might have come up, lost contact with the rubber. 2-1. The count here is that ball would have been outside. So Bush ahead in the count here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball taken. 3-1 now the count. Got some local grounds crew in here helping us out, making sure we're well protected just in case some rain comes. Appreciate everybody looking after us here this weekend. Again, this is game 1 here in Glencoe. So we're going to see a replay of that one. Onishi does a nice job of bringing that back. Good frame job by Amada there. That's going to bring us back to the top of the order. Nick Potskin with a pair of strikeouts in this one. He is looking to get himself on track, get the offense rolling here for Prince George. So that one grounded softly to third. Tough spin. Good throw over. Gets Nick Potskin. First pitch swinging. So Potskin, the 5-3 ground ball for the second out of the inning. Quickly down to their last 4 outs are the River Kings. It's going to bring up Tyson Barkman, first baseman here for the River Kings. Just a little more discussion between the third base umpire, Giants defense, just about making sure Onishi is pitching legally off the rubber here. That one poured in for a strike. Looked like a low spinner there from Onishi. Comes in low, evens the count, runs the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Barkman thought about it, managed to check his swing. 3-1 now the count. Barkman hailing from Abbotsford, BC. Couple short hour drive to Vancouver, a couple hours if there's traffic, and there's always traffic. Blows that one by Barkman. Barkman a little late on that one as he took a good healthy cut at it. Runs the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 gone here in the top half of the 6th inning. Barkman looking to get a base runner here for his River Kings squad as that one drop ball taken. Markman, a quick look to the umpire. Not sure he agrees. He goes down, looking for the third out of the inning. And we are off to the bottom half of the sixth inning here, with Georgian Bay seemingly in control. The score, 6-0 here in the opening action from Glencoe at the ISC World Tournament, the 80th edition of it here in 2026. We're going to take a quick break. You are watching Softball Premier TV's coverage of 2026 ISC World Tournament. So a new pitcher here for the River Kings is Dylan Fraser-List, another Kiwi coming in to try and hold this Giants team. We're one run away from that run-ahead rule, so the Giants will be looking to add that one and shorten their time out on the diamond here, even if just by an inning. Fraser-List, another Kiwi, another right-hander. He's going to face Andrew Van Boekel to lead things off. Van Boekel 0 for 2 so far. Takes strike one. That one hit up the middle, going to be a tough play. Unable to get to it was Davies. So Van Boekel on with a single here to lead things off in the bottom half of the sixth. That'll bring up Cole McDougall, left-handed batter, left fielder. And I would fully expect the Giants to be looking, no, that's going to be a pinch hitter. So 89 coming out, McDougall out. And that is going to bring up number 17. Bear with me. Sorry, 17 was, that's 11 Hellier coming in. Hayden Hellier. Hellier's first plate appearance here as a pinch hitter. So the Giants manipulating. There's a throw down from Lanigan, not in time. Stolen base by Van Boekel. As he's now in scoring position with nobody out. Big spot here, runner in scoring position. That drop ball taken for a strike three. So Hillier goes down looking for the first out, unproductive out. That's going to bring us to the top of the order here with Ryugi Okawa. Okawa, 1 for 1 in this one. Single, scored a couple runs, couple of walks as well. As he takes ball one there from Dylan Fraser-List. 2-0 now the count. So nice job by the shortstop here for the Giants to work himself ahead in the count. Of course, that runner at second base looming large here in this inning. If the Giants can push him across, they will advance in with the run ahead rule to potentially play the Hill United Chiefs, defending champs, in the feature game at Bear Creek tomorrow. The winner of this one going on to take on the defending champs after the opening ceremony. Strike one taken on the outside corner. 3-1 the count. Batter, the pitcher, not unfamiliar with each other. They would have seen each other in New Zealand as Okawa plays down there. As he swings at strike two. 3-2 now the count. Ball four taken in the dirt. So another runner aboard here, as that is Okawa's third walk of the afternoon. Great patience shown by the leadoff hitter for the Giants.
Now up. DB Troy Barfoot.
Designated player Troy Barfoot coming in here. He's had a productive day. Had a sac bunt back in the first, struck out looking back in the second, and had an RBI single back in the fifth. So up here in the sixth. Rise ball that kind of drifted back in on the outer half there from Dylan Fraser List. Tried to go to the same spot. Lanigan looking back at the umpire just to double check where the location was. He thought it was a good one. But evens the count 1-1 as that one just missed. Drop ball misses outside. Rise ball in for ball 3, 3-1 the count. Fraser List going to have to come in with something here. Shinsuke Amada waits on deck. The number 3 hitter. He scored 3 of the runs here today for the Giants. Had a single back in the third, as well as a couple of walks. Has a stolen base to his credit as well. That one comes inside for ball 4. So that's going to load the bases here with just one away. Now nowhere to go with one away. We're going to be looking for a ground ball here at the very least. Looks like the River Kings are going to bring it in. Infield fly will be in effect, as I'm sure Amada's going to be looking to, at the very least, lift something to the outfield here if possible. As that one taken for ball 1. One away. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Georgian Bay leading 6-0 over the Prince George River Kings. Bases loaded here. Georgian Bay can get one more. They will finish this one on the run-ahead rule. That one taken maybe low, maybe outside. 2-0 count. Good opportunity here for Amada as he finds himself in a good hitter's count. Not sure the exact model, but I was talking with Drew Zaboya in Kamloops at the SDK tournament. As that one hit hard, but that's going to go well foul. This Louisville Catalyst Japanese model was the bat. A lot of players were swinging in New Zealand. A lot of guys thought it had some plus pop. Pretty impressive bat. Most guys still swinging Easton as the gold standard, but at a tournament with international flavor like this, you're going to see a lot of gear from overseas as well. Good pitch from Fraser List, just misses inside. That's going to run the count 3-1. Nick Lanigan calls time just to go out and have a little chat with his pitcher. The home plate umpire an opportunity to dust off the plate.
One of these go to you guys. This other one goes over there. You get one, right? Yeah. Where's this other one? Over here?
So, quick discussion at the mound. Lanigan just trying to get his pitcher on the same page here. 3-1 count. One away here, bottom of the sixth inning. Georgian Bay leading 6-0. That one taken for a strike, 3-2. I think that was an auto take from Amada there. And now the count full. Long look in from Dylan Fraser List. Winds and deals. That one in the dirt. And run is going to score. Batter is out, but that is going to do it on the run ahead rule. So the Georgian Bay Giants prevail here. 7-0 victory for the home team as they secure their first win of the ISC 2026 World Tournament. As we see the big swing there, Amada running down. He's out, but with only 2 away, that run does come in to score, and that will do it. 7-0 victory for the Georgian Bay Giants. A good battle from the Prince George River Kings. Just really never had anything cooking offensively in this one. So both teams will move on in the tournament. I believe the Giants have a date with the Hill United Chiefs, the defending World Tournament champions, tomorrow in the feature game immediately after the opening ceremonies. For the whole production team here at Glencoe, the Glencoe venue for Softball Premier TV. Just want to say thanks for joining in. I'm Adam Donnelly. I'll be with you for the remainder of this tournament, doing as many games as they need me to do, and I am really looking forward to it. Next up, we have STK Fastball from Kamloops, BC, taking on the Waterdown Hammer. Be sure to tune in for that one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a few short minutes.